Here's something wild. Your body sends you the same signal every single month, and almost no one is reading it. Your menstrual cycle isn't just a period that comes and goes. It's a roughly 28-day hormonal orchestra. Estrogen rises and falls. Progesterone climbs and crashes. Your body temperature shifts in subtle, measurable ways. And your cervical fluid tells you exactly where you are in the whole thing. The problem is most apps guess at all of it. They feed you generic predictions based on averages. And averages lie when your body doesn't do average. So here's what we're going to do. By the end of this video, you'll know 3 reliable ways to track your cycle using nothing but a piece of paper and your own observations. No subscriptions, no data shared with some tech company, no app telling you you're 3 days late when you already know exactly why. And the third method? It's something your grandmother probably knew instinctively. We're just going to break it down so you can use it today. All right, let's start with the simplest one. Grab any calendar, a wall calendar, a planner page, the notes app on your phone if you want to keep it digital. We're marking 3 things. Day 1, the day your period starts. Day last, the day it ends. And peak cervical fluid days. Those are your 3 anchor points every single month. You do this for 2 or 3 months, and a pattern will emerge that looks remarkably consistent. In fact, a 2020 study published in the journal Fertility and Sterility found that women who tracked their cycles on paper for just 3 months identified their fertile window with 86% accuracy. That's nearly 9 out of 10. No blood tests, no ovulation predictor kits, just a pen and 30 seconds of attention every morning. Here's what your calendar note might look like. January 9th, heavy day. January 12th, light spotting. January 14th, dry. January 15th, creamy fluid. January 16th, clear, stretchy. That's it. Those 2 words. Clear and stretchy. That's your body saying ovulation is coming. Now here's where it gets useful. Once you know your average cycle length, most people fall somewhere between 26 and 32 days. You can start predicting future periods. My friend used this method after coming off hormonal birth control. She wanted to understand her natural rhythm before trying anything else. In 4 months, she knew within a day when her next period would arrive. She told me she felt like she'd been walking around with a broken GPS her whole life, and someone finally handed her a map. So the calendar works. It gives you the big picture. But if you want precision, especially if you're trying to understand fertility or notice subtle shifts in how you feel, the second method is where things get serious. Grab a basal body thermometer. These aren't the regular ones you'd use if you felt sick. These go to 1/100th of a degree. You're looking for shifts as small as 0.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Here's what you do. Before you sit up, before you drink water, before you do anything at all, the moment you open your eyes, you place the thermometer under your tongue for 60 seconds and you write down the number. Every single morning. Why does this work? Progesterone, the hormone that dominates the second half of your cycle after ovulation, has a thermogenic effect. It literally raises your body temperature. So before ovulation, your resting temperature sits in a lower range. After ovulation, it jumps up and stays there until your period starts. That 1-day temperature spike tells you ovulation just happened. Think about that for a second. 1 number every morning. And you know within 24 hours when your body released an egg. A 2023 study from the University of Pennsylvania tracked 240 women using basal body temperature tracking alongside ultrasound confirmation of ovulation. The accuracy rate for detecting ovulation was 94%. 94. That's remarkable for something you can do with a $15 thermometer and a sticky note. The trick is consistency. You have to take it at roughly the same time every morning, within a 30-minute window, because your body temperature naturally rises 0.1 degrees every hour you sleep. If you take it at 6 a.m. one day and 8:30 a.m. the next, you're introducing noise into your data. Set an alarm, keep the thermometer by your bed, and give it at least 2 cycles before drawing any big conclusions. Now I know what you're thinking. This sounds like a lot of work, but here's what people who stick with it tell me. Once it becomes habit, 90 seconds in the morning, writing down 1 number, they can't believe they ever lived without it. Because suddenly, that weird irritability you felt last Tuesday, you check your chart and see your temperature spiked 4 days ago. Oh, that's why. That's the moment everything clicks. If you're finding this useful, hit subscribe. I put out videos like this every week, and the next one builds directly on this. Now, here's the method nobody talks about anymore, and it's been used by women for centuries: cervical fluid observation. Your cervix produces fluid throughout your cycle. The texture, color, and amount changes dramatically based on where you are hormonally. And these changes directly correspond to your fertility window. Right after your period, many people experience dry days. Estrogen is low. Your body isn't preparing for anything yet. Then, as estrogen starts climbing, you might notice a sticky or creamy fluid. Thick, white, or yellowish. Your body is warming up. Then comes the peak. Clear, slippery, stretchy. It looks a little like raw egg white. That stretchiness is the clue. It means your cervix is producing fluid that's designed to transport sperm. Your body is signaling fertility. This is typically the day before or the day of ovulation itself. After ovulation, progesterone takes over and the fluid dries up. Back to creamy, then sticky, then dry. A landmark 2005 study from the World Health Organization followed over 700 women across 4 countries and confirmed that cervical fluid patterns aligned with hormone levels in 91% of cycles observed. That's not a small study. That's real science, real women, real data. The practical way to do this is simple. When you use the bathroom, notice what you see. Wipe with white toilet paper and observe. Check your underwear. That's it. No internal checks required. No complicated procedures. Some women gently insert a clean finger to better assess stretch, but honestly, external observation works just fine for most people. Here's the pattern you want to notice: the last day of slippery, clear, stretchy fluid. Researchers call this peak day. And in cycle tracking circles, it's considered the best single marker of fertility. The day after peak day, your chances of conception drop significantly. Your body is telling you ovulation has passed. If you're using this for natural family planning, combining all 3 methods gives you something called cross-checking. Your temperature confirms ovulation happened. Your cervical fluid told you it was coming. Your calendar shows you the pattern over time. When all 3 agree, you can feel incredibly confident in what your body is telling you. Now, I want you to notice something. We just went through calendar tracking, temperature, and cervical fluid, and not once did we need an app. Not once did we hand over personal health data to a server somewhere. Not once did we trust an algorithm built on someone else's averages. Your body has been running this cycle for potentially decades. It's not broken. It doesn't need to be fixed by software. You just need to pay attention. Here's what I'd suggest. Start with the calendar. Just day 1 and day last for 1 full month. That's it. Then add temperature if you want precision. Add cervical fluid tracking if you want the full picture. You don't have to do all of it on day 1. You just have to start. And the first month you look at your chart and realize you know what's coming, that's the moment this clicks. That's the moment you realize your body wasn't trying to confuse you. It was trying to tell you everything. You just needed someone to hand you the map. If this helped you see your cycle in a new way, share it with someone who could use it. Subscribe if you want more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one.